We're going to treat our folks good. And I put in a policy plan a couple of weeks ago. I was on a great ship, and it was an amazing day on the Wisconsin, and we put on the battleship. I said, can we use this? Look at the ship. You can't build them like this anymore. They sort of didn't give me the answer, because that looks like an I love renovating. I love buying a building. The foundations are there, the structure's there, the outside is there. Have to replace windows sometimes. If you can keep them, you keep them. Like I'm doing the old post office in Washington. Yeah, that's right, you people would know it. One of the most beautiful buildings in Washington was a disaster for 30 years. Put it out to bid. Think of it, in the Obama administration, Trump got it. Am I a good deal maker? One of the most sought after properties in the history of the government services, GSA. And we're now under budget and ahead of schedule. Think of that. And that's what you want in the country. That's what you want in the country. And it's going to be one of the best hotels anywhere in the world. The Opera, we're calling it, if you don't mind. Because he is a wonderful show and a wonderful entertainer. And that's not the reason you're here. You're here to vote. Please don't waste my time with the entertainment stuff, okay? I'm not an entertainer, believe me. I'm somebody that knows how to get things done. I'm a guy that's won all my life, whether it's The Apprentice or whether it's business or whether it's The Art of the Deal, one of the most incredible, one of the biggest selling business books of all time. I think the biggest, but I want to say one of the, if it's three short, I'll get killed if I say the. But I think it is the biggest selling business book. I mean, that's what I do. We gotta win. We can win together. One of the things, vision. I've been saying, right? Take the oil, take the oil, take the oil. We shouldn't have been there. Iraq, Iran, fighting. And I see them. And they have the biggest smile, and they may be missing their legs, they may be missing an arm, they may be worse than that. And their strength is, I think, to me, the strongest of all. I've never seen anything like it. But the problem is, so we go into Iraq and we spend $2 trillion, thousands of lives, wounded warriors, and we get nothing. We got nothing. We don't have anything. Whatever happened to the victor belongs the spoils? In the old days when we were smart and strong, which we're not anymore, we're stupid people. We're stupid. We're being led by stupid people, and we're stupid because we allow these people to get exactly the lowest, but it will soon, I think we can maybe do that. But I'm bringing it down to one of the least taxed business nations in the world. So the middle class is going to be taken care of. We're seriously simplifying our code, so you don't have to spend your money at H&R Block and spend a lot of the money that you're making doing this complicated code. And we're going to do some things that are going to be amazing. And we're going to have a dynamic economy. And this country is going to be rocking and rolling, and it's going to be something special. Question, lift him up here, bring him up. Come on, so cute. Come on up here. Come on up, come here. This is such a great question. We love you, Trump! That might be the best question I get.
What's that?
I'll tell you what it's going to be made of. It's going to be made of hardened concrete, and it's going to be made out of rebar and steel. And, it's so weird. That's what I do. You ever see parking plank where they set plank and it goes 90 feet long? You know how long 90 feet? If you're 90 feet up, you don't want to come down. You want to come down very gently. Did you ever see the walls they build now? They're this high and they drive trucks over them, right? They build a ramp. And they take trucks with drugs. And we get the drugs and they get the cash. And we're going to set them in nice, heavy foundations. And one of the reasons the wall wasn't built, because a lot of people like the wall, but they couldn't figure out how to do it. And this is hard to believe, but true. Hey, was I right about New Jersey? Was I right? Do you see it all right? Oh, there's another one. I took such heat. And all of a sudden, over the last couple of days, reports start coming out. Trump is right. I get hundreds of calls, and now even some of the mainstream has been saying it. So I'm very proud. How many people would have taken that abuse without saying, oh, I'm sorry? Okay. They're all saying, apologize. I'm right. There's a lot of hatred going on. We need vigilance. Loving it. And as you know, about 3 months ago on a Wednesday, they announced that in the history of the Veterans Administration, which is very corrupt, extremely corrupt, and you have some great doctors in there, by the way. I mean, I'm going to give the good and the bad, but you have administrators that are a disgrace, and the waiting times and the problems, and people are waiting 5 days, 6 days in a waiting room to get in. And in the history of the VA, it was the longest, you saw that 3 months ago, it was the longest wait in the history of the VA. That's over. And I put in a plan that's much more complex than this. But basically, we have doctors that aren't doing well because of Obamacare. We have a lot of people that aren't doing. I have a friend who's a doctor. He's going to be quitting. He's going to be like you. He's going to retire out at a young age. But he's going to be retired. And he said, I have more accountants than I have nurses. He said, it's so complicated. It's so horrible. The paperwork is so terrible. I don't feel like I'm a doctor anymore. So we have doctors that have plenty of open time. We have private and public hospitals all over the place that aren't doing well. And we're going to let those vets, instead of standing in line and dying. By the way, you saw the numbers. People die waiting to see a doctor. They're dying. Hundreds of thousands. I couldn't believe it. The numbers are incredible. You know, you think 1, 2. But the numbers are incredible. Thousands of men and women waiting for a doctor. Maybe a simple procedure. Maybe a pill. They end up dying. So we're not going to have that anymore. The vets, remember, they're our greatest people. They're our greatest people. I wouldn't be here. Most of these people wouldn't even be here. So while it's true, come on, for the vets. It's true. It's true. So we're having a simple plan. You have hospitals across the street they're looking for business, right? But look at her. You're not a vet. What do you do? Okay, oh, no, what do you do? Okay, 1 second. So you have hospitals across the street. You have doctors, right? You're going to get out of there. You're going to see the doctor, see the hospital. We're going to pay for the bill. It's much cheaper, and everyone's going to be happy. It's so much cheaper. So we're going to use that hospital that's looking for some business. We're going to look, it could be private, it could be public. We're going to use doctors that are looking for business. We're going to pay the bill. It's going to go quickly. And believe it or not, it's going to be much, much cheaper than what we're doing right now. And what we're doing right now is insulting. Okay? Okay. Go ahead. You're a designer? Oh, I didn't think you were a vet. You didn't look like a vet.
I'm a vet this time around.
Go ahead.
So I'd like to say that Americans are winners, Americans love winners, and that's what you are. So
oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, how nice.
I think everybody can appreciate that. And so I've been living overseas for a while. What I would really love to see is all of you wearing Made in America labels.
It's a great statement and it's a great question. Because honestly, you don't see it anymore. You don't see it anymore. We're going to be so proud, like a lot of people. What else? And you know, recently I was on 60 Minutes. They interviewed Putin, and separately they interviewed me. He got very high ratings, so I feel he's my stablemate, all right? Putin, and I said this a couple of months ago, when he started bombing, I said, let him bomb. Let him bomb. The problem our country has is we don't even know who we're fighting. We want to fight Assad, a bad guy, but we want to fight Assad for rebels that we don't even know. Now, if we fight Assad, we're fighting Russia, we're fighting other countries. Maybe we end up in World War III. Who the hell knows what happens, right? But Assad's bad, but the rebels could be ISIS. We have no idea. A general told me we have no idea who they are. We want to give them billions and billions. Now, what's going to happen? Let's say they take over Syria. We don't know what's going to. It's going to be turmoil. We've got to fight ISIS, and I love that Russia is dropping bombs all over ISIS. I love it. I love it. Okay. I mean, we have a president. He doesn't even know who to fight. How about this? 2 weeks ago, he says we're sending 50 men and maybe women. I don't know. I'm surprised he's not more specific. Should have been more specific. But we're sending 50 men over to Syria, Iraq. I don't think he even knows where they're going. Now, why does he have to talk? Why does he have to say it? Why does he have to stand up and say we're sending? Those people have a target. These are our finest. These are our greatest soldiers, right? Why do we have to do that? Why does he have to open his mouth? Why can't he send them and be quiet? Okay? Now he just announced that they're sending another small group over. Today or yesterday, they just announced, we are sending more. So and these guys, small numbers. Frankly, I think the numbers are so small that if you're going to do it, okay? But the numbers are so small, I don't even think it's a good PR move, frankly. But we're sending men over to fight. Now, the enemy is not stupid. They are not the JV, and they are not contained. Do we agree? They are looking for these men and women. They are looking for them. What the hell does he have to say it for? You know, I used the word unpredictable. We don't have any unpredictability anymore. General MacArthur, he wouldn't talk. General George Patton, first of all, he wouldn't even be. They would have thrown him out his first year because he was a vicious, violent guy who used foul language behind him, right? Anyhow, I can now say, make America great again. You're all going to go crazy. I leave and I go back home, right? And unlike Hillary, I don't go to sleep. I think about things, right? Hillary goes to sleep. And then you don't see her for 5 days. And she wakes up and she comes, does another event.
Oh, you're good.
And Elton John would always say, and I love Elton John. Elton John's a big guy. So Elton John would say, you always want to finish with a big bang. And when they do the encore, do you ever see where he finishes great? And then they say more and more, the place is going crazy. And they go out there, do 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs. Now people are starting to say, this is getting boring. 4 songs. And after the 4th or 5th song, it's like, oh, let's go home. And people walk.
Black Lives Matter, no matter who kills them. And there's been more people killed with black on black crime in America than there has been with white people killed.
Right.
Okay?
True. By the way, it's true.
In Philadelphia.
It's a tremendous problem.
In Philadelphia from 2007 to 2015, over 3,000 black people were shot dead by black people.
Yeah, no, it's a
And my
tremendous.
question is, where was Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, that's true.
They ran away. My question is,
So true, by the way.
my question is, will you come to Philadelphia?
There's such love in this room. We are going to make America great again, better than ever before. I love you.